Hey guys, welcome to Code in Heaven. Today we're going to explore the basics of C Sharp. And first of all, I would recommend you to start with downloading SDK. We'll go to the Microsoft website. We can click download, and we have two options, .NET 9 or .NET 8. So 9 is the recent one. I have an 8 one, so I'll just probably stick with it, but you just have to press on download, right, like that. Wait until it's over, and then just click on the execution file. Yep, a few seconds. Yeah, just click install. I already have it, so I'll just close it. Yes, I want to leave it. That's it. So after you did install it, I want you to go back to your terminal and actually check, do you really have it or not? So .NET dash version. Yes, so you can see I have version 8.0.203. Okay, perfect. We're ready to go. Our next step is just create a new application, and I'm going to say .NET new console -n. It means name, and I'm going to name our project Hello C Sharp. Also, I'm going to use flag use program main because I want to actually have an initial template. Let's go to Hello C Sharp project. Okay. So this is our C# proj, and this is actual program CS, our entry point. You can see we have class program and we have static void main. This is our entry point. Pretty much when .NET runs our console, it's looking for our main, and we can see right now we have hello world. Let me actually add a comment out. Our entry point .NET will look for this. Okay, so we have our hello world as I already said, and let's just run our application. .NET run, this is it. And here we go, we have hello world. Now let's talk about variables. What is it? It's a holder, a container for a value that might change. And your program stores this variable in its memory. We can have multiple different types of variables like a string, integers, boolean, and we call it data type. Let's create a first variable of a data type, string, and call it username. I'm going to assign it a value, Alex. For string variable, we have to use a double quotes. Then I'm going to create integer and call it age. Our value will be 37. Next thing, we're going to create double available funds. And let's put, I would say 5,000. Yeah, that definitely would work. So next step is a float. It's another precision floating point, right, data type. And the difference between double and float is a float requires less memory and it's less precise, while a double is quite opposite. It's general use, so I would say most of the time you will use double rather than float. Okay, so we have strings, we have integers, like a regular whole numbers, we have doubles, for floats, and the other thing we have char. So it means character, right? So, and I'll give it gender, and please note, I just use double quotes. It's wrong. We have to use single quotes when we mark character. Okay, so yeah, double quotes, single quotes. Make sure to pay attention. Another one, we have boolean, true, false value. In my case, I'll just type it is married, true. I think that's good enough. I mean, I can't come up with something related, so let's do this. Yeah, this variable, and let's just type console write line. This is how we actually print our values. And I want to say, welcome, we have a new user. And what I want to do, I want to create another line. So I'm going to say console write line username, and I'm going to connect it with my username. So this will be a new string where I'm going to use actual string plus a variable. So we have a new user, username Alex. You can see how we can actually use variables mixing with regular strings. Right now, I'm going to type console write line, and I want to show you another example. Let's see, current user age is, and I'm going to type the same way plus this is how we connect them, right? We connect our string and variables. So we're using variable age, and make sure to add spaces, right? Because otherwise it will be not. This escape character n means a new line. And then I'm going to connect it with available funds. So available funds will be on the new line, since I did add this n /n character. So you can see it. Current age is 37, available funds 5,000. Awesome. So right now I want to show you another way how we can combine our literal strings and variables. So console write line, we use double quotes, and we use a $sign in the front of it. Inside we just type our regular like current user, let's do maybe marriage status. And here we go, we're actually using curly braces to declare our variable. Yeah, this is called string interpolation. It's another maybe concise way to work with your variables and combine them with your strings. And you can see it in this in our output, current user marriage status true, so it did work. Okay, let's go ahead and create console write line. Want to display our deposit. Okay, adding a deposit. Again, plus, combining our deposit with the deposit variable with our string literal. Perfect. And here we go. Adding a deposit 500.5. Right now, our next step, what I want to do, we're going to print console write line, and instead adding deposit, I want to actually new balance is, and I want to combine available funds plus deposit. This is how we actually can display a new amount. Yeah, we can do arithmetic operations. All right, I'm going to copy console write line and check my available funds. We did perform a certain action with it, but did the value actually change? Let's see. And I'm going to do .NET run, and what's going to happen? 5,000. Yeah, it's still the same. We didn't really change anything. To fix that, we have to reassign our variable. We're going to type available funds equals, and right now we're going to add plus equals. Plus equal is another way, another syntax thing. Plus equals deposit. Another way to add a certain value to your variable. We can rewrite it as available funds equals available funds plus deposit. So this will be equivalent. Okay, I'm going to comment it out. We did add our deposit, so our available funds has been updated, and I'm going to check it out. I'm going to type console write line available funds, and you will see right now it will have this deposit, so about 5,500. So you can double check. So before deposit plus, and now after deposit. Perfect. Let's run our run our thing. Let's run our new balance before and after 5,500, 5,500. Okay, good. That was about variables. Right now I want to talk a little bit about program flow, or we also can say it, name it as control flow, if else statements. Yes, so this construct is very similar to other languages. We have if and else. Let's create a new double variable, and let's call it withdrawal amount. For example, our Alex decided to get some money from his account, and let's make this withdrawal amount variable equals to let's do 4,500. Right now, what I want to make sure that Alex has enough money in his bank account, right? So I want to say if, in parentheses, we're going to say withdrawal amount is more than 5,000. We're just not going to let him take this money. We're going to type console write line to say, hey, you don't have enough funds. Not enough funds. Perfect. I'm going to create another else if additional statement. If our withdrawal amount equals our funds, all our funds, or our available funds, then I'm going to perform another action. For example, you took everything and now you're zero. Okay, else if I'm going to type console write line withdrawing all available funds. And a last case scenario, else console write line successful withdrawal. Success. You have your current balance. Let's do your current balance is, let's type plus cure available funds. You notice we did not actually change our variable, so we just typed enough or not enough. I'm going to change it right here. Available funds. Oh, actually I have to do minus. Yes, because right now we're adding. We're going withdrawal amount. And now we can use it on our line 54. I'm going to use the old way. Yeah. Available funds equals available funds minus withdrawal amount. Yeah, this is the old syntax. It's the same. It's the same as using minus equals or plus equals or multiply equals or etc. etc. And the same thing I'm going to do on line 51. We're going to say available funds equals minus withdrawal. And I'm going to type current balance is, and we're going to add available funds. Perfect. Let's go ahead and run our program. And we see success, your current balance is $1,000.05. Perfect. This is what I wanted. What if I want to do 700, 7,500? Not enough funds. Yep, makes sense. So by the way, else if statement in our case could be replaced, I'm going to comment it out, and I'm going to add equal sign. So greater or equal. I'm not going to allow to withdraw all money from the bank account. And we have a multiple operators here, and they're called comparison operators. We have less than, greater than, less or equal, and greater than or equal. Yeah, comparison operators. Yes. In C#. That was about if-else statement. And talking about operators, we have arithmetic operators. We already saw them, plus, minus. We did not work with multiplication and division, but it's there. Also, we have a modular, but right now I want to talk about logical operators. We have and, or, not, or, XOR, or exclusive. All right, so what I want to do, I want to create a statement. Pretty much if age is more than 18, funds more than 2,000, and deposit is equals 4,000, I want to allow our user to have a loan or something. If our age more or equals 18, and we're going to use, this is actually our operator, these two signs. Also, in our parentheses, we're going to use our or operator, or our available funds more than 2,000, or deposit more or equals 4,000. We're going to write down console write line eligible for loan. Else if age is less than 18 and available funds more than 10,000. Yes. If, only if these two conditions, and another one if it's like not single, for example. Yeah, is single, I'll just do true. Yeah. For example, and if not single, or pretty much single is false, we're just going to say eligible for loan as well. And of course, another option, I just want to say else, you're not eligible. So we have two conditions using and or. and we have two conditions that will be true. Okay, another thing I want to do, else if, yeah, we can have as many else if as we want. If our user is single, I'm going to use XOR operator. So this is our operator looks like. And I'm going to say, or if single is true, or available funds equals 10,000. Then I'm going to say eligible for loan based on a single offer, right? Because I'm like single or, yeah. So the thing is with XOR, one condition should be true or one condition should be false. But if they're both true or false, it'll be false. Okay, I'm going to comment out everything just to make sure it works because I did change our initial deposit to 10,000. Okay, it should be not eligible for a loan. Let's move on. I'm going to demonstrate a switch statement. Switch is another type of if-else statement, but you can provide multiple options. First of all, I'm going to declare integer variable named options that equals 1. And right now I'm going to type switch option case 1. Case 1 is actually referring to case 1 option. So 1 means option, right? And console write line, option select deposit, right? For example, imagine a menu, you have like multiple options like a phone menu. For example, user pressed 1, it will be option 1. Press 2, it will be option 2. That's the same. So case 2, console write line, in our case it will be option, was like option selected is withdrawal, right? Case 3, console write line. Let's maybe do just display. Yeah, selected, option selected, like display, for example, or deposit. Let's do display balance. Yes, we have 3 cases. So case 1, remind you, this is all case 1, 2, 3. They're referring to option. Right now our option is 1, and we have to use break statement in our switch. Otherwise, if we'll miss 1, it automatically will break through. We will have console write line option selected deposit 1, and if we'll not add our break on 89th, our case 2 will execute as well. We don't want that, so we always want to use break keyword. Okay, and now we can see option selected deposit. And yeah, this is correct because on line 83, our option equals 1. If I will select 8, it is going to say invalid option because we added our default. Default is going to execute when none of these cases were selected because 8 is not in our case. And right now I selected option 2. You see it's option selected, withdraw. Perfect. Right now I want to talk about loops. We have I think at least 3 loops. We have do while, we have while loop, and we have for loop. Let's start with do while. The main idea of do while loop is this loop executes at least once, right? Even if conditional statement is not met, this loop is going to execute. Let me show what I'm talking about. Imagine situation, we have a loan. Yeah, we have a loan 5,000. We have a monthly payment. Let's make it, let's see, maybe 150. Yes, we have monthly payment of 150. Then we're going to create our total, I don't know, let's see, total payments, right? How many payments should be made? Number of payments, right? How many months we're going to pay. Loan divided by monthly payment. Oh, I did put it in the wrong thing. We have to make sure everything inside of our main method. Yeah, I fixed that. Right now we're going to create our loop itself. Do while our loan more than 0. So as I said, do while execute at least once. I just want to make sure you see this comment. Okay, so do, we're removing our first monthly payment, right? So loan minus monthly payment. After that, I want to say if our loan less than 0, we're going to console write line. Let's see. Let's do congratulations. Congratulations, you paid your loan. You paid it all. paid it off. And right now, what I'm going to do, we're going just to break this loop, right? Else, if our loan more than 0, we're going to console write line. We're going to say loan, like remaining balance is loan. Yeah, since we did subtract our monthly payment on line 13th, I'm just going to type loan on our 119.19. So total monthly payments number left, we're just going to decrease it by 1. Yeah, because so we have 1 payment less to make. And then I just want to double check payments left. And we're going to type total number of payments. This is actually what's going to execute. And here's our condition while, and we're going to say while our loan more than 0. So this will execute at least once, and will execute until our loan is less than 0. So you see we have our balance, remaining balance, payments left. We have so many outputs, I just want to comment out. Let's change our monthly payment to 500. Just want to make it smaller. Okay, yeah, we have 5 for 53. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine to me. While loop. This loop will execute only if, and only if, the condition is met. The condition will be the same. It will be while our loan is more than 0, we're going to execute. Only if condition met. As I said, I'll just comment it out. While our loan more than 0, I'm just going to copy and paste everything I did in our do loop. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to get rid of if loan less than 0. All right. We're changing our loan to 0, and let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to comment out our while loop, right? And see, only do while is going to pay. Congratulations, you paid it off. So you saw it did execute. Even loan is less than 0. Actually, it's equals. Even loan hour equals to 0, it still executes. So even it did not meet our condition on line 124, it still worked. But let's see, will while loop work with our loan that equals 0? Let's try it out. Loop, you see it did not work. Our last line is after deposit 10,000. That's it. Our while loop did not execute because our loan is 0. Our condition wasn't met on line 129. This is why while loop did not work. Let's talk about for loop. I guess it's the most common loop, and I guess this one is perfect for actions and repetitions that you know how many times should execute. Imagine if you have a certain amount of words in array or characters, and you want to repeat certain action with these characters as many times as many characters you have there. So pretty much if you know how many times you need to repeat it, use for loop. Let's create a double initial deposit variable. Interest rate, we'll just do 465. I want to do like compound interest. We divide it by 12, divided by 100. Well, maybe not compound interest, just like initial deposit and our interest rate. Month number again. I want to do it like for 6 months, yeah, because we need our initial deposit, our interest rate, and for how long we're actually going to do leave our money and gain our interest. So for loop, integer I equals 0. I should be less than month number. So month number is our condition. And the last I++ means we're increasing it. Initial deposit. We're going to update our initial deposit and add initial deposit multiplied by interest rate, right? Console, right line. What I'm going to do, I want to just type, oops, I think I misspelled like that, deposit, initial deposit. Okay, so console right line, current balance. And I'm going to connect it with our initial deposit. Remember, student interpolation, here is initial deposit. Perfect. To string, I'm going to do a little formatting here because numbers after a comma will be like too big, so I just want to stick to only two numbers, two digits after a comma. So this is how we do it. F2, that's formatting, and let's run it. Okay, perfect. You see 40, only two numbers after dot, after our period. And if I'll get rid of that, let's see what kind of numbers we'll see. That's crazy, right? You see all these big numbers. So I'm just coming back, I'll return back our F2, and I'll just type format output. That was the first part of C# basics. Thank you so much for watching the video, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video.